beautiful people of the world, thank you so much for joining me today here on Lumiere. My name is Claire Summer and I'm going to be doing your pick a card reading for you today. Before we get started, I want to shout out to my Loomies. Thank you so much for being here today. I hope you're all doing really well. My amazing subscribers all over the world, thank you so much for supporting this channel and all your likes and shares and comments. It's just amazing. So thank you so much for supporting this channel and also supporting each other out there in the community as well. All right, today's pick a card reading. I'm really looking forward to doing this for you. It sounds it's going to be super interesting, I think. So it's hidden truths about this connection. All right, so we're going to be looking at the surrounding energies that you may not be aware of, kind of hidden influences in your connection, and also the thoughts and feelings of your person that you may not fully understand or not be aware of. So this is a beautiful opportunity for you to reflect. Remember, it's just a general reading, so take the messages that resonate and leave the rest today. All right, I will put out a trigger warning as well because I know that emotions may be running high. I will insert an overhead picture of the cards for you. I've got 3 groups for you today. I'll show you the cards with and without crystals so that you can choose in the way that suits you best. So group 1 is the Aura Quartz. Group 2 is the Jade Smooth Palm Stone. And group 3 is the Double Terminated Amethyst Crystal. I ask that you choose from your intuition today, so just listen to your quiet inner voice within you. Take a moment to step back from the distractions of the world, get grounded in your body. If you need a little bit more time, you are welcome to pause the video. All right, while you do that, I will just let you know that I've got 2 beautiful books available, Attract Soulmate Love and Feminine Frequency. I've written both these books from the heart for our community, and they are for the feminine energy partner. Okay, so the feminine energy partner is the partner who likes to be pursued. Okay, not the pursuer, that's the masculine energy partner. So Attract Soulmate Love is all about calling that special person into your life and creating harmony in that relationship. And Feminine Frequency is all about feminine energy communication in relationships. And it's got hundreds of example scripts in there as to how to build rapport and express yourself from your feminine energy to create deep attraction when you are dating, whether that is online or in person. All right, so there's loads more information about that on my website, and everything that I have to offer, it's all linked in the description box. All right, but make your selection today. Timestamps are below this video in the description box, and I will see you in a moment. Hey everybody, welcome to your reading. To everyone who picked group number 1, this is the beautiful Aura Quartz crystal that you picked, the Aura Quartz Point. I hope that has come into focus for you with these absolutely amazing inclusions here. So yeah, very beautiful. All right, let's take a look at your tarot. I will clarify with your oracle cards a little bit later in the reading. So we've got Page of Cups to begin with, 8 of Cups in reverse, Knight of Cups, 5 of Pentacles, 10 of Cups, you get 3 of Cups, 4 of Cups in reverse, 9 of Cups, King of Wands in reverse, 7 of Wands, 10 of Wands, and Queen of Cups to close your reading. So this is super interesting. I see Aries, Leo, Sagittarius here, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio represented in this reading. Sun, Moon, Rising or Venus, that may resonate with you, those sort of fire or water signs. If it doesn't, please don't worry about it at this stage. So I see in the past that their feelings that they had for you, or that they have for you now, the feelings of your person really took them by surprise. Okay, so maybe you were just in a friendship, or maybe you were just working together, right? And these feelings that they had for you developed, and it really took them by surprise. Maybe they weren't looking for anything, or maybe they were half in a relationship with somebody else, and suddenly these feelings have developed. Or maybe this whole thing just came out of the blue. One minute you're just minding your own business, not looking for anything, right? And the next minute it's developed into something else. So this is what I'm seeing here, that their feelings really took them by surprise. Or like what I'm getting, the message I'm getting from Spirit is that they hadn't felt like this about anybody before. They may have been in relationships before, but they haven't felt like this, and it did scare them. It freaked them out quite a lot. And they really got involved with these feelings though in the past with this Knight of Cups. You know, there is so much love here. They wanted to offer you that love. They had deep feelings, you know, and with the Knight of Cups, this is genuine feelings that they had for you. And with this Eight of Cups in the reverse, I feel like this is, you know, they couldn't move on from you. You know, they were stuck on you. They didn't want to move on from you. You know, they were 100% into this, at least for a while. You know, things may have got confusing now. I also feel like there's this energy of kind of not moving on. So maybe they were due to kind of move on to another city or another course, or, you know, studying something, or, you know, some sort of relocation, and it didn't happen. And then they spent more time with you. This is just a very specific message for some of you. This may have been plans that they had. It may have been plans that got abandoned due to COVID perhaps, and, you know, things kind of changing. This could be the case for you, that you were meant to go off and do other things. So it's like you were meant to go separate ways and you just didn't, for whatever reason. Maybe life circumstances change, or maybe you decided to kind of just be together and make a go of this, right? Or it could just be the case that this was just supposed to be a bit of fun or a fling. It wasn't supposed to be this serious, and then it just kind of, it didn't fizzle out. You didn't move on from it. You know, it didn't die down. And the feelings just grew and grew. What I'm seeing is just like a rose blossoming. So the feelings just grew and grew. So for some of you, that may be that energy that I'm picking up on of kind of not moving on, of kind of just like continuing to invest in this. So I see in the past, and this may still be the case now, of them kind of having strong loving feelings for you, and these feelings kind of taking them by surprise, the kind of depth of feeling that they have for you. And I feel like your connection has put you in touch, or put them in touch, with feelings that they didn't know that they had, for whatever reason, and they are very reluctant to kind of let that go or to move on from that. I see this Five of Pentacles here to the Ten of Cups to the Three of Cups. So right now I feel like there's so much disappointment and loss, right, over the happiness. Someone in this connection feels like they were kind of cheated out of the happiness that they were promised. So maybe they didn't come through on their promises. Maybe they gave you empty promises. I don't think that was the case, but I just feel like they haven't been able to follow through on their promises for some reason, because this Knight of Cups is a promise. It's a promise of love, isn't it? Of kind of connection, of something genuine, of a relationship even. This is a promise of a relationship. So there is this energy of loss right now. Now they feel this loss. They feel like they're out in the cold, that they are excluded from this happiness. Maybe they see that you're getting on with your life. Maybe you seem quite happy from the outside. I sense that maybe there's a distance between you, or you're in separation, or you're in a situationship and there are periods of distance, or they feel distant emotionally from you. I feel like with this Three of Cups energy, that there is, you know, there may be a third party situation. Now, if this is the case, I'm not telling you something that you don't already know, okay? I feel like it could be a third party. I feel like with these little birds, it's just like these little birds, there's little messages that they've been getting. So maybe they've been talking to somebody else online, or messaging somebody else on an app or something like this, or talking to their ex. And that this is causing this sorrow, this loss, this block to the happiness that was there, right? Because you give them this beautiful emotional fulfillment, right? You put them in touch with these feelings that they've never had before. You have got that beautiful, loving heart that is open. But I just feel like, and again, if this is the case, it's something that you already know or suspect, you know, you have that feeling they're talking to other people, or they're talking to their ex, or they're talking to somebody online. These little birds kind of twittering in their ear, energy that I'm picking up on, it could be their friends, right, or their family, just saying, oh, what about this? What about your studies? What about your career? What about this plan that you had to travel, right? And they're being influenced by that. But there is this energy of outside influence. So this could be, you know, another connection that they're in, or it could be just, you know, their work responsibilities even, or it could be that, I just sense with these little birds here that somebody's just been in their ear, like talking to them about something, giving them ideas, just saying, oh, you know, you can let this go, or it isn't worth it, or something like this. But you bring them so much happiness, and they feel like they are like shut off from that happiness. Like maybe they feel like they don't deserve your love, right? Or they're outside of that. Maybe they've not experienced this kind of love before, and they're finding it difficult to relate to connect to, right? Which is why they scatter their energy a little bit with other people or with other things. Okay, the fears and challenges. We've got the Four of Cups in the reverse, the Nine of Cups, and the King of Wands in the reverse. So I feel like they're not willing to take action right now. I feel like, I don't know, it's like they haven't had this inspiration. There's this like lightning strike on this card, but it's in the reverse. They haven't kind of had that realization. They haven't had that illumination come in, which is the spark which pushes them forward to kind of make a change or to take action like this. So I really feel like they're really, really stuck. I feel like they feel like they're lacking in confidence. This is what I'm picking up on. They feel like this is their wish. There's this energy, they want to be open to this kind of another chance, or this kind of love that is being offered here, or this relationship or whatever, because this is their wish with this Nine of Cups. But it's like they feel like they can't make you happy. They don't know how to make you happy. So maybe they feel like they don't have the skills to have a relationship, or they can't connect to this love, or like they don't know how to overcome the challenges that you face. And so they're reluctant to take action. So if you feel like you're just like bashing your head against a brick wall, or, you know, just, I don't know, just there's just some kind of barrier between them where you're trying to talk to them, but it's like trying to talk to like I'm seeing a closed door, right? And they're being a bit shut down. This is why I feel like they're being very stubborn. I feel like they've just like lost their confidence, is what I'm hearing from Spirit. There's something about this where they've lost their confidence. It could be that they've lost their confidence in life. Maybe they've lost their job, or they've had to take a pay cut, or something has happened which has undermined their confidence, or maybe they weren't very confident to begin with. It's like they don't feel confident to have the skills to sort this out, and they don't feel confident to be able to make you satisfied and fulfilled and happy in the long term. There's definitely this energy of them waiting, right? Waiting for you. And I feel like they're waiting for you to kind of rescue them, or waiting for you to sort this out, because then they abdicate all responsibility. This is what this King of Wands in the reverse is about. They're just like, well, then if it doesn't bring us the happiness that we hope for, or it doesn't work out, then it's not my fault, because I haven't taken the steps to sort this out. I haven't taken responsibility for it, and it's all on you. So secretly, deep down, this is what they're hoping. If they can abdicate responsibility, this is like King of Wands in the reverse, absolutely, to you, to take responsibility for it all, right? To sort it all out, to, you know, bear it all on your shoulders, to come up with all the solutions, then if it kind of doesn't work out, or it goes sour, then they can just wash their hands of it and just say, well, it's nothing to do with me, it's what you wanted. Okay, this isn't a very healthy way of doing things, it isn't a very mature way, but it's just like, obviously it's the safer way of doing things for them emotionally. So if you are experiencing some stuckness from your person, this is why. And, you know, their feelings right now, there's a Seven of Wands to the Ten of Wands. This is a big burden for them, and a lot of stress. They feel very defensive about this, you know, they feel very guarded. They want to fight for this though. They want to fight for this because they're carrying these feelings with them, Queen of Cups. You know, the feelings that they have for you are a burden. So maybe their head is saying, no, this isn't worth it. There's no solutions here. This isn't good for the long term, or whatever it is. These are just examples of kind of what may be going on in their head, right? But in their heart, they carry this love for you. And again, the love is genuine. So much Cups energy in your reading. The love is genuine. So it's like, you know, I think they have days where they're really fighting their feelings, but the feelings persist anyway. It's like it doesn't matter what they do. They can't untangle themselves from you. It doesn't matter what they do. Their feelings don't change. It doesn't matter how much they try and talk themselves out of it. They still have these feelings for you. And they know that you are not to be trifled with. They know that you are not to be messed with. And not in a fierce way. It's because you're so loving, you're so open, you're so genuine, you're the real deal. They recognize this. You may not have spoken about it, they may not have articulated it like this, but they know that you are not the sort of person who you can just be cast aside, right? So they just know that if they get involved with this, it's going to be serious and it's going to be for the long term, and this is weighing on them. Right? This is weighing on their mind and on their heart. So it feels like quite a big commitment to them. And they know and they respect you enough to know that, you know, they don't, and they love you enough to know that they don't want to break your heart. That you're not somebody that can just be cast aside. They're not someone that they can just like ghost and forget about you. You're just not that person. So it feels like the stakes are very high. This is what I'm getting. This is the message that I'm getting from Spirit. Because you are the Queen of Cups. You have this beautiful energy, and just like, I'll just give you the purest love. Right? I've got this beautiful, open, loving heart, and I will give you the purest love. And they know that that is serious, that you are the real deal, and that you can't just be cast aside. And this is like, it feels like pressure to them. They're just like, wow, this is serious. This isn't a game. This isn't nonsense, this is serious. And kind of what they need to do is level up. And maybe they're kind of going through this process of working that out, of becoming more emotionally intelligent, but from the outside, that kind of process can look like a bit of a mess. You know? Sorry, let me get comfy. Right, okay, this is interesting. Looking at your oracle cards, we have the card Expectancy from the Universal Love Oracle deck, and then we have the card Hoping, right, which says waiting, expecting, manifesting, right? So this is interesting. Expectancy, some of you could be expecting a baby, maybe they're expecting a baby with somebody else, some sort of complicated situation. That's just a message for some of you, not all of you. It's just a general reading, but there is this kind of poise. It's just like, you're waiting for them to sort themselves out. They're waiting for you to come and sort it out for them, right? This is what I'm picking up on. So there's this kind of energy of like, oh, maybe they'll be the first one to speak, or maybe they'll be the first one to reach out. And like, you're both waiting for each other to kind of speak the truth, or to be authentic, or to reach out, or to connect. They're expecting to see you somewhere. You're expecting to see them somewhere. Right? You're expecting them to sort it out. They're expecting you to sort it out. I see this here, like the energies are mirrored, and like there's quite a lot of that waiting energy here, you know, that we've talked about. So, but yes, it's like you're poised, ready for a change. And I see that coming for you. We have the card Free Yourself. It's time to take back control of your life. So maybe for some of you, you've put a little bit too much weight, too much emphasis on them making you happy, or them making a decision about things. Okay, Spirit is really saying, doesn't mean free yourself from this connection or let it go or anything like this, but just take a little bit of your energy, your focus, your emotions off of them and expecting them to sort everything out, or them to kind of get their shit together, or, you know, and just put it back onto yourself. Sometimes people have got to do their own thing. So focus on something that, you know, gives you bliss, that gives you joy, where you feel like you can, you know, you're making some progress towards your own goals and dreams, okay? Take a little bit of energy off that, put it back onto yourself. And we have the card balancing the scale. So you may be dealing with a Libra in your connection. Like this, there could be a legal matter involved in this as well, that you're dealing with. But I just feel like this is just about regaining that equilibrium. If things have been a little bit off balance, or if you have felt a little bit off balance, or your person has been a little bit all over the place, I see a time of kind of more harmony, of more give and take, is what I'm hearing from Spirit, which I think is really necessary, right? Because at the moment I feel like your person secretly is kind of hoping that you'll sort things out and putting a lot of emphasis on you and saying, no, the problem's with you, or that you need to find the solution, or blah, blah, blah. But I just feel like things are going to balance out into more harmony, and there's going to be more give and take, because a healthy relationship is always a beautiful figure of 8 in terms of energy flowing between two people. So I see that coming in for you. I hope you found this reading beneficial. Thank you so much for sharing your beautiful time and energy with me today. It has been my honour to read your cards, as always. If you enjoyed this reading, please give it a like. It's a beautiful way of supporting free tarot here on YouTube. If you feel called to, please check out Misha. She reads the Akashic Records. She gives you brilliant insight into any connections you have, relationships. She can really tap into, by opening the Akashic Records, those hidden energies that we've been talking about today. I get so much feedback from people saying, you know, thank you so much for putting me in touch with Misha. I understand my own life path and my patterns in this relationship, and it's brought me so much clarity. People are loving the work that she's doing. So yeah, I've linked her down below in the description box. And if you want to hear about my own Akashic Record experience, then it's over on IGTV, Lumiere_Mystic. But have an amazing week. I'm sending you lots of love and light. I look forward to seeing you again soon here on Lumiere. Take care. Bye-bye. Hey everybody, welcome to your reading. To everyone who picked group number 2. This is for everybody who picked the absolutely beautiful jade palm stone with these this beautiful patination on it. I always feel like it reminds me, if it will come into focus. Is it coming to focus? There we go. I don't know, there's something kind of, it just reminds me of the ocean or something like that. So yeah, it's kind of got this pearlescence to it as well. So yeah, it's super magical. I'm going to take a look at your tarot cards to begin with, and I will clarify with your oracle cards about the hidden truths, hidden energies surrounding your connection with your person. A powerful opening to your reading with the 2 of Cups. This is the Fountain Tarot that I'm using today, and the High Priestess. You know that I love to see the High Priestess in a reading. 8 of Swords. This is interesting. The World. 6 of Pentacles. Queen of Wands. I've got 12 cards for you today. I'm doing a slightly different spread. The Star. Wow, the Star, the World, and the High Priestess all in one reading. Really amazing. 7 of Pentacles. 4 of Wands. Ace of Wands. 8 of Wands, and the 4 of Swords. So I see Aquarius energy here. Sorry, I've got a hair stuck in my lip gloss again. Aquarius energy, Leo's energy, Pisces energy. Is that everything? And Gemini's energy as well. Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. That may resonate with you in your situation. If it doesn't, please don't worry about it. So looking at the hidden truths here, this is a powerful opening to your reading with the 2 of Cups, the High Priestess. This is saying this is a soulmate connection. This is a connection that has gone over many, many lifetimes. This is something that your person maybe isn't aware of. Okay, but I feel like you can sense this. You know this already, because of the depth of feeling, because of the depth of the connection, and you know, because you know, maybe you're an empath, or you have some of these abilities to be able to connect in this way, you know, a lot of emotional intelligence, and you know, you're very spiritual. So these things are, this is something that you're aware of. Also, when I see the 2 of Cups, the High Priestess like this does represent a twin flame energy, or a twin flame connection as well. So that may resonate with you. Not necessarily, it's just a general reading, but I'm just saying that that energy is here. So this is hidden to them with this 8 of Swords. This is something that they don't understand. Your person has a lot of limiting beliefs, okay? It's like they can't see relationships or love in the same way that you do. Okay, it's like they exist at a different frequency or a different bandwidth, and you're just like, why don't you understand this? Why can't you connect to me in this way? Why aren't you feeling this? Why can't you express this? And it's because they operate at a completely different bandwidth to you. Okay, you're up here, your frequency is here, you have access to all that data down this kind of frequency cable, all that data to do with love and relationships and connection. Maybe you're a slightly older soul than this person is. Maybe you've learnt more life lessons, maybe you're more spiritually awake, whatever it is. But you have this bandwidth, you access, which is natural for you, but is not natural for your person. So it's like there's this limitation here as to how much they can love, as to how much they can connect, right? As to how much emotional intelligence they've got, as to how kind of, how much understanding they can have, because they're only at this certain space of their own spiritual evolution, right? This is just the way that it is. You're operating at kind of parallel but different bandwidths that you are at. Now, Spirit is saying that by you connecting together and them connecting with you, you have helped them, right? When you heal, it brings them up, it heals them. When you expand your awareness, their expansion of their own awareness follows. Because you have this connection, because you mirror each other, but you are the leader is what I'm hearing, and they follow. This is what I'm hearing. So this is what's going on. If there is frustration, if there is confusion, right? This is why your person cannot access this bandwidth. They don't have access to it. You can't help them to see it. You can't persuade them. You can't make them read books. They just can't see it. It may be something that they develop over this lifetime. It may be something that they develop over many lifetimes, but you're operating at different bandwidths and they just cannot connect to it. It's like trying to tune in to an old-fashioned radio where you had like the dial, right? You're tuned into one station and they're tuned into another. And they don't know that your station exists because they've never experienced it. They just don't know that it's out there. They don't know what they're missing. Obviously they'll get there as part of their spiritual journey, but it isn't something that you can kind of, it's not your responsibility to wake them up to this. And it's just kind of like coming into acceptance that, you know, this is how you connect to people. This is very beautiful. You know, you don't want to, what do I want to say? You don't want to like, I don't know what the word is, sorry, dismiss your feelings or undermine them or undervalue them. You know, the way you feel is beautiful. The way that you connect is an amazing thing and a blessing, right? So, and the way that you are able to love this person is also a really beautiful thing and a blessing. But they haven't had that breakthrough where they can connect to the same feelings that you can. Sorry, I'm on a really creaky chair. If you're a regular with the channel, you'll be aware of my really creaky chair. I sit on for these readings. We've got the World, the Six of Pentacles, and the Queen of Wands, right? You are their everything. So you are creating expansion for them. Definitely. They see you as very attractive. What I'm hearing from Spirit is that you are just their type. They just look at you and you are the most attractive guy or the most attractive girl in the world. Just like the way your features are arranged or your hair or the way that you dress, your mannerisms, they're just like, that is delicious, right? They just love everything about you. I feel like they really resonate with you, like you make each other laugh, you really get on with one another, and this is a blessing for them. I can just see their eyes lighting up. It's like their eyes light up when they see you or when they're with you. You've got this World card. You could be going through a cycle in your connection at this time. I'm sensing that for some of you, you may be from different cultures, different backgrounds, different parts of the world. This relationship could be long distance. That is also indicated here as well. So you give them so much with the Six of Pentacles. Like, this is what I'm saying. You're expanding their view of love and relationships. You're expanding their view of the world. They see you as very successful. They see you as very attractive. They see you as somebody who is a catch, someone who's got a lot going on, someone who's very positive, right? And they love that about your energy, that energy that you have, where like you've done so much work on yourself, where you are working on your own goals and dreams. It's very, very magnetic to them. They see that you are magnetic, that people want to be around you, that people want to experience your energy, right? That, you know, stuff's going on for you, and they're just like, wow, this is giving them a different insight into kind of how they can connect to life, how they can connect to people. Okay, you might not be aware of this because you're just like, oh, well, I'm just me. This just feels ordinary, but there is some magic about you that they find something about you magical, and they see how you see the world and relationships and love, and it's different to what they have known, and you have expanded their awareness just by being yourself, is what I'm hearing. So they gain so much from you, from being in your energy. They've learned a lot from you. It's like you give them a lot just by your nature, just by being natural, just by being yourself. They get so much from you. Maybe you suggest books to them, or music, or just like opinions about stuff, and they're just like, wow, this is like broadening their horizons. Okay, so maybe they've always got very specific messages from their family, or they hang out with the same kind of people. They haven't had a lot of exposure to different ideas or different cultures or different ways of viewing the world. And you have this different lens through which you see the world. And they have been able to see through that lens that you see the world through. And it has, created expansion for them. Right, we have the Star, the Seven of Pentacles, and the Four of Wands. And this is in their fears and challenges section. So this is interesting. So there is some healing that needs to happen here. It's like they're considering their investment in the future. You know, what do they want to do for the future? How do they want to create a stable future financially, or where they live? And there's something about that needs healing. So maybe it's things are up in the air, or maybe it's because there isn't enough money, or maybe there are some practical issues, or maybe it's because they don't know what it is that they want. So, because these are like beautiful, positive cards. So I feel like maybe they have a fear that they don't know what they want for the long term, or they don't know how to create a happy home, or like a stable relationship. Maybe they haven't had anybody to model that to them from their parents or in the past, and now they feel unsure. They may not be able to articulate this or recognize this, but they just feel unsure about kind of how to go about creating that, because they've had no blueprint of to kind of how to make that happen. So there's some healing that needs to happen within themselves about creating stability in a romantic connection and how to do that. So I see that here. Their feelings towards you right now, these kind of current energies, Ace of Wands, Eight of Wands, Four of Swords, a very interesting message. So there's a lot of passion here, right? Hang on, I need tea. There is a lot of passion with this Ace of Wands. A lot of passion for you, lust, attraction, again, that magnetic nature, okay, sparks flying, right? A lot of enthusiasm for this. So there's a lot of energy in this connection, whether you're together or you're separated. They're still very much invested, okay? There's still a spark there. Eight of Wands, they want to come towards you, okay? They think about coming towards you, right? Maybe if you're together, they think about like being closer to you. If you are in a long distance relationship, they're thinking about bridging that gap with this Eight of Wands. If you're in no contact, they're thinking about contacting you. There's a lot of impetus for this. There's a lot of energy behind this, right? They are getting pushed in that direction. They're getting pushed in that direction towards you, to connect with you deeper, to contact you, to bridge that gap is what I'm hearing most clearly. Whether that gap is physical or emotional, there's this impetus behind this to kind of bridge that gap. to come towards you. There are days where they just like want to rush towards you, to kind of experience your energy, to have you in their arms, right? But Four of Swords for the closing card of your reading, this is just like they need more time. So they have this urge, but something is holding them back and they need more time to think. So it naturally bubbles up within them that they want to come towards you, that they want to be with you, that they want to express themselves, right? It may be the case that they're hot and cold as well, that one minute they're blowing up your phone and they're rushing towards you and you feel like they're all in, and then the next minute they're cooler and they've pulled back a little bit, okay? And they're taking a bit of time for themselves. It's like they come towards you, they freak themselves out, they have to pull back. They come towards you, they freak themselves out, they pull back. This may be a pattern or something that you resonate with, that you kind of understand, that you see with them. But what I'm hearing with this Four of Swords is that they need more time to think. Right? They need more time to think about this. And they're kind of stopping themselves. So they have this urge, but then like the mental processes kick in. Too much water under the bridge. This isn't a good idea. What about these practical things? Or what can I really offer him or her? Right? Or what are we going to do about this? So there's this energy where they want to do this, but they're stopping themselves. Or they come towards you and then they pull back. Right? Super interesting. Let's clarify with your oracle cards. Okay, this is it. All right. So we have the card Solitary. Okay, this could indicate that you're in separation, could indicate that they're single, or that they are an introvert in some way. It could indicate that they've pulled back. This is like Hermit energy, very similar to the Four of Swords energy as well. It's just like some people sort stuff out by talking things through. Right? Other people sort stuff out by taking a step back, by like detaching is what I'm hearing, by kind of getting in touch with their own energy. Okay, so some people go out there and they want to thrash it out and they want to talk it through and they want to hang out and they want to work it out. Maybe that's you, but your person deals with their emotions when they feel overwhelmed with emotions, overwhelmed by a situation on their own. This is how they deal with things. And that may be confusing to you. It may feel very cold to you because at that time you want to reach out more, but any kind of reaching out just feels like pressure to them. So I see that here. We have the card Barrier, right, with this closed door image on it. So I feel like your person maybe has a bit of a heart wall. I feel like this barrier, maybe this frequency situation that we were talking about at the beginning of the reading, of you being on two different frequencies, just because of kind of how things are, and that's creating kind of a block between you both at this time. It could be that they're putting up barriers to protect themselves as well. That is indicated here. We have the beautiful card Guardian. Look at that lovely image from the Universal Love Oracle deck. I love it so much. Beautiful artwork on here. So, you know, this is indicating that you are divinely protected and guided during this. Listen to your guides as to kind of, if you're just like, I don't know what to do, I don't know what to say, I don't know whether to reach out, I don't know how to connect with them, I don't know how to make this work, okay? Just listen to that quiet inner voice. Do some journaling, do some meditation, right? A connection like this, that is a soulmate or a twin flame, is divinely blessed. And this is what this card is saying. It is divinely blessed. You are being taken care of. No matter what happens, you are being taken care of, okay? So remember that. That is an energy that's available to you that you can tune into to help you out in this situation. And then we have the card Keep an Open Mind from the Romance Angels deck. So this is just like, what I'm getting from this is, wow, the sun has just come out crazy. So beautiful, illumination, right? What I'm getting from this is that you need to keep an open mind about this, because especially with this High Priestess here in this connection, like what you think is going on is not what is actually happening. Because what we do when someone's not making sense, when we don't, or we're not in communication with them, or in no contact, we fill in the gaps. This is natural. This is what we do as humans, right? We kind of fill in the gaps. We make a little story about what's going on, about how they're feeling, about what they're thinking, about what they're doing, right? Keep an open mind. It's just this reminder that what you think is happening or what you think they're feeling is not necessarily what is actually going on. Okay, so wait, what I'm hearing from Spirit is wait until you've got more evidence. Okay, wait until you've got more evidence. Okay, just be aware of like maybe when you're getting too much up in your head or you're creating a story around this about how they're feeling or what's going on or what they're doing with somebody else. Don't go down that road in your mind. You know, unless you've got solid evidence of something, it isn't necessarily the truth of what's going on. All right. That's everything that I have for you in this reading today. It has been my honor to read your cards. As always, thank you so much for sharing your beautiful time and energy with me today. If you feel called to, please check out Kasamba. They are linked down below in the description box. I talked to a couple of tarot readers at Kasamba who I really like. They blow me away. They've been really good. They provide a really good service. They do 3 free minutes so you can see if you resonate with the person, and you get 70% off your first call. This is not sponsored. They're not paying me to say this, all right? But I've put the link below, so yeah, they're offering 70% off and 3 free minutes. So if that resonates with you, do check them out. There are some great people on there, and I've put some tips as to how to find someone who you resonate with so that you can get a really good reading from them. All right. But also check me out on Instagram. It's Lumiere_mystic. I've got loads more going on over there, over on Instagram. But have an amazing week. I'm sending you lots of love and light. I look forward to seeing you again soon here on Lumiere. Take care. Bye-bye. Hey everybody, welcome to your reading to everyone who picked group number 3. This is for everyone who picked the beautiful and amazing double terminated amethyst crystal with these beautiful inclusions. It's really amazing. Okay, so we're going to take a look. Is it even going to focus? Is that in focus? I can never see on my little monitor. All right, we're going to take a look at the energies, see what the hidden truths are, the hidden energies surrounding your connection with your person. All right, I will begin with your tarot and I will look at your oracle cards to clarify. Temperance to open your reading, Knight of Pentacles, 10 of Swords. This is the Fountain Tarot that I'm using today. 6 of Cups, 3 of Wands, Page of Pentacles, Page of Wands, Empress, Strength, and I've got 12 cards today because I'm using a different spread. 6 of Swords, Ace of Swords, and closing your reading with the Chariot. So Cancer's energy is represented here. Leo, Libra, Gemini and Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising or Venus. That may resonate with you. If it doesn't, remember, please don't worry about it. It's just a general reading today. So let's see here. With this Temperance and this Knight of Pentacles, this is someone who's been moving very slowly. So maybe you have wanted to go at a different speed to this person. Okay, maybe you're not on the same page to do with like how this is progressing. They've been very slow. They've been plodding along. Okay, they've been kind of dragging their heels over this. You know, maybe you're just like, I want to take this to the next level, or can we be exclusive, or what about the future, or shall we move in together, or blah blah blah. And they're just like, you know, there's a lot of resistance here. I feel like they're kind of dragging their heels, holding things back a little bit, taking things really slowly, and they're doing this because of their own fears. Right, this is why it's like they're trying to bide their time. I feel like maybe they're making excuses. They're trying to kind of drag things out longer and longer because they don't know what they want for the future, right? They don't know whether or not they want you. They don't know what they want for the future, but they don't want to lose you. They don't want to lose your attention and your love and your beautiful energy and what it is that you share with them. So they're kind of trying to, they're stalling is what I'm hearing from Spirit. They're stalling and they're trying to, they're doing that by kind of plodding along, by going really slowly, right? They're not meeting your needs. They're not giving you what it is that you want. But there's definitely stalling, and this may be the energy that you're picking up on right now. You're just like, well, why isn't this moving forward? Why isn't this happening? Why do I feel like I'm kind of dragging them along with me? And there's always this resistance. Like, you know, we're trying to swim upstream. It's because they are stalling. They're trying to buy more time so that they can have things on their own terms and not lose you. But they feel defeated by this. 10 of Swords, look at this. It's not that they're done with it, they just feel defeated by it. They're just like, I don't know what it is that I want. Maybe they feel defeated by this relationship or this connection, or trying to make it work, or trying to find solutions to it, or kind of trying to meet your needs, and they feel like they're unable to make you happy or provide for you or meet your needs or whatever it is. They feel defeated by trying to do that. Maybe they feel defeated by trying to find the solutions to the problems in this connection. Maybe they feel defeated by love, right? I feel like for some of them out there, they just feel defeated by love because maybe they've been hurt before in the past, and this is why there's this swimming upstream. This is why there's so much resistance here, because they're just like, oh, I don't want to get hurt again. I'm resisting this. I got to go slowly. I got to go like a snail. I don't want to get involved in this. I like it, but it's scary, right? And so they've got this kind of snail's pace going on with it. And, you know, for some of them, it could be that they're defeated by love. Maybe they've learned that love is dangerous. I feel like for a lot of them, they really, really got burned in the past. And they are really, really reluctant to do this again. Maybe they even got divorced, or they just had a really bad breakup, or someone cheated on them, or just all these kind of energies. This is the case for some of them. You know, this could be that they were just hurt by a parent, you know, way back in the day in their childhood. Or it could be a romantic connection, but they feel defeated by this. They're just like, I don't know how to connect with it. I don't know how to express myself. I don't know how to find solutions to this. All of this. They're just like, there's an overwhelm is what I'm getting with this Ten of Swords. It's just like, I feel overwhelmed and I need to pull back from it. This is what I'm picking up. It's interesting. So how they see you, we've got Six of Cups, Three of Wands, Page of Coins. They see the you as this like beautiful light in their life, right? There's this lightness to this that I'm seeing. I feel like you've broadened their horizons. Maybe you've brought them new opportunities, new connections into their life, connected them with like-minded people, maybe members of your family, maybe through business. If you're in a similar line of work, you've been able to hook people up with them. It could be that you've come from overseas, or they're from overseas, that you're from like different cities or different backgrounds. That's indicated here. Six of Cups, definitely to the Page of Coins. I just feel like you've called each other, you've called to each other, and you're in each other's lives for a reason, is what I'm hearing. This is what I'm hearing from Spirit. You're in each other's lives for a reason. Don't know what that reason is, but you are in each other's lives for a reason, like to learn a lesson or as part of your own spiritual expansion. And you've called to each other, and you've called each other in, so you've called to your person, right? Or they have called to you, like you have come into frequency, you have come into alignment, into this connection to kind of meet each other and do this dance for a reason. And it's because you are resonating at the same frequency in some way. Okay, you're just like two sides of the same coin in some way. Or maybe you've got similar wounding or similar fears or a similar lesson to learn, or you've got different lessons to learn, but you can both help each other to grow and to learn those lessons. I just see, because with this Three of Wands, this is about like pulling somebody in. And Page of Pentacles, he's just like a little magician. He's like a manifester, right? And that we're always manifesting all the time. Right? This isn't something we can turn on and off. We're manifesting all the time. You know, we bring like energy attracts like energy, right? There's something in your energy which is the same as their energy. Okay, this is the hidden kind of truth around this connection. You are resonating at the same frequency. It's why you find each other attractive. It's why you're doing this dance. It's why you're involved in this. You've got this lesson that you're learning from one another for your own spiritual growth and for their spiritual growth. So it's interesting. There's definitely soulmate energy here. I feel like you're woven into each other's stories through many lifetimes, that you always call to one another, that you're always there for each other, that you always show up in whatever lifetime you're in, whatever dimension you're in, you're always showing up together. You're on this journey together Sometimes you touch each other's lives very gently, lightly. Other times it goes deeper, right? But there is this spiritual essence, this spiritual energy to your connection. They see you as a treasure, is what I'm hearing with the Six of Cups and this Page of Pentacles. They see you as a treasure, right? They recognize your specialness. They resonate at your frequency so completely. They feel like you complete them, right? In some way, you bring something to them. You enrich them. This is the treasure, right? You enrich their life with your energy, with your frequency, with your jokes, with what it is that you share, right? With your friendship, with your kindness, with your beautiful, loving heart. They see you as a treasure and you enrich their life. Okay. Sorry, I'm on this bonkers creaky chair. It's just like you see Claire reading the cards and you get to hear the creaky chair as well. So I know. What can you do? Invest in new chairs maybe. Page of Wands, the Empress, Strength. That's interesting because these are all really positive cards, but this is their fears that we're looking at, kind of fears, blocks, challenges that we're looking at now. So their fear here, sorry, make some poetry as well, a bit of rhyming. They see you as very beautiful. They see you as having long-term potential. There is this beautiful spark here, but they're going to have to overcome their fear in order to kind of make this work. This is why this strength is here. And I see them kind of being able to do that. They're going to have to kind of boldly walk up to their fear in order to kind of process it, to deal with it, to face it. But their fear is about, there's a fear that they're not good enough. Right, with this Page of Wands, the Empress, there's a fear that they have you up on this pedestal. They see you as amazing, right? Really amazing. Very attractive. You know, have so much to give. And so much going on for you. I sense that you have worked on yourself quite a lot. And that is bearing fruit. Okay, but if they really want to connect to this, if they want to really experience this, they're going to have the strength to be vulnerable, to put their heart on the line, to overcome their fears, to talk about their fears, to face their fears. So, but the Empress, you know, this is love. This is genuine love. So they feel like they're not good enough for you. They have a fear of kind of the long term, or of kind of the real deal, of playing, of having a real relationship and not just kind of playing games or being on a superficial level. They have this fear of kind of committing, of going deeper. They may be, you know, they may have a fear of commitment, something like this. But in order to make this successful, in order to make this work, they will have to face their fear. This is the block that is stopping you from connecting, which is stopping taking this to the next level. So there could be a fear of commitment here. And it's just like, it's like they want to keep away from it because, or, you know, hold this step back, or, you know, slow it down, because they just feel like if they lost you, they would lose everything. And if they lost you, the pain would be more than they could handle, right? It may be the case that they're losing you anyway with kind of the way that they're behaving, right? But like if they were like fully all in and they jumped into this with both feet and they were committed to you and you were talking about the long term and all of this, and then they lost you, they wouldn't be able to handle it. And so there is this deep down fear that you may not be aware of, or that they may not be aware of, which is stopping them from committing to this fully. Sorry, my battery just died, so I've just had to put in a new battery pack. I was so involved in the reading that I didn't even notice that my battery was getting low. So the way that they're feeling about you right now, we've got Six of Swords, Ace of Swords, the Chariot, right? This is super interesting, okay? This is some forward motion at last, because if we look at this, opening your reading with Temperance and the Knight of Pentacles, all this slow energy that we've been talking about, of them kind of biding their time and of stalling and trying to create more time. for themselves so that they can have things on their own terms. And now finally there is some traction, some forward motion, some change, and I feel like this is what you really need in your connection. The Chariot is all about just like that pull between the head and the heart, okay, trying to negotiate those two things, those two energies, those two pulls, maybe being pulled in different directions. It may be the case that love isn't enough, and this is very common. You know, we have these other factors in a relationship as well, you know, like practical issues. Maybe it's distance, maybe it's money, maybe it's responsibilities, right? So it may be that they are pulled between their feelings for you and these other responsibilities, or the kind of solutions to these problems. But this Chariot energy is really a card of success, right? We've got this Ace of Swords here. I think this is really good. This is a eureka moment. This is really like cutting through all the crap, cutting through the nonsense, okay? This is your person coming into this energy when they have greater understanding. This understanding may come from a robust conversation that you have together, where you're just like really being real with them, and by you opening up in this way and being vulnerable gives them permission to kind of mirror that energy. Or maybe it's just something that you say that is very direct and really kind of gets through to them, or it could be something that somebody else says to them, maybe a friend, which really gets through to them, which makes them understand things in a new way. I'm hearing that they're going to see the light. They're going to see that if they carry on like this, they're going to lose you, right? So this is kind of cutting off some of these old energies from the past, the way that they've been behaving, in this effort to kind of move forward and just be like, okay, I can move forward with this. This is fresh energy coming in. This is fresh understanding, ideas coming in of kind of how they can make this work, or how they can behave, or what needs to be different for them to feel safe. The Chariot is really a card of fast forward motion, and it's a card of success. And I really like this for you, you know, that they've been dragging their heels, that they've been so slow looking at this outcome, but then, the Chariot, you know, moving forward, being able to make progress, being able to overcome those problems, being able to overcome this block, right? That has been stopping you, you know, this inability for them to be vulnerable or to face their own fear, and being able to move forward with that. Let's take a look at your oracle cards and see what we have. We've got regret, right? So maybe they regret some of the things that they've done. And this is interesting. We have the cards deception as well here. So it could be that they regret the way that they've treated you. Maybe they stepped outside of their integrity, how it is that they behaved. Maybe they cheated on you. Maybe they didn't treat you in the way that you deserved, right? Or it could be just the fact that they've been deceiving you by not being truthful about how they really feel, or you know, showing you their authentic self. This deception can be that they're deceiving themselves about how they really feel about you, or maybe they're playing it cool and not showing you how they really feel, right? This is what I'm saying, but there's this energy of regret, of kind of just like, they know, right? When they reflect on this, they know that they could have done better, right? They can see clearly what they should have said, what they should have done, okay, to so that you weren't in this space right now. They know that the responsibility is with them. This is interesting. We have the card Only You, fixated, attached, hypnotized. So this is very similar to the Empress energy that we were looking at, of just kind of you just being magical to them, of you being a treasure, okay? They only have eyes for you, okay? Doesn't matter if they've, you know, been looking around or checking out other people, or maybe even dating other people if you've been in the separation. Nothing compares to you. Don't sing. Nothing compares to you in their eyes. This is the way it is. You know, maybe they're out there looking for something new, maybe they're out there, but nobody makes them feel like you do. And it's because you resonate so deeply, and because you're in each other's lives for a reason. And we have the beautiful card of Miracles. Look at this. I love this for you so much, from the Universal Love Oracle deck. I love this for you so much. And this is really what I see here with this transformation of being so stuck, of being so slow, and then being able to kind of have that realization and move forward. It's like a miracle, right? And I see that here with the Page of Pentacles and the Empress energy. There's a lot of miraculous energy here. So if you're just like, gosh, we are going to need a miracle to kind of sort this out, or to get over this problem, or to get onto the same page, or to understand each other, or to get back to a good place, Spirit is really saying, look, miracles. This is just about, like, miracles are really about coming into harmony, all right, getting into right alignment. Okay, so you can really manifest that, you know, by focusing your attention and your energy on what it is that you do want and not what it is that you don't want. Okay, so yeah, a miracle is available to you, and I see that for you here. That's everything that I have for you in this reading today. Thank you so much for sharing your beautiful time and energy with me. It has been my honor to read your cards, as always. If you feel called to, please check out Life Book by Mindvalley. It is so powerful. I'm so glad that I mentioned Mindvalley on the channel, because I've just found so many like-minded people. So many of you out there are into Mindvalley, like I'm into Mindvalley. So it's been really, really cool to connect. So if you haven't checked out their program Life Book already, it's just like so cool. It's just like helps you to manifest your dream life in all the 12 dimensions of your life. It gives you, you know, I always say, if you've got a wishy-washy idea about what you want, you get wishy-washy results. This is all about setting really, really clear intentions about what it is that you want from an authentic space, not from what society says you should want, or your family, or the road that you've been going down, but from this really genuine space. I've been loving it. I think you will love it as well. I've linked it down below. They do a 2-week money back guarantee. So if you find that you're not into it, you're not resonating with it, they will give you 100% of your money back. No questions asked. They're a really cool company who act out of integrity. So I've been loving it. Check that out if it resonates. But otherwise, have an amazing week. I'm sending you lots of love and light. I look forward to seeing you again soon here on Lumiere. Take care. Bye-bye.